folks, the end of another week of wrestling rundownness. Of another week that we ran wrestling down. And not in a negative way, because that sounds like a really negative...
It's rare that we run down wrestling.
Not me. I do it to a lot of people.
That's true. You're a very negative person.
I have a lot of negative energy in me. I need to get it out somewhere, and that somewhere is usually Titus O'Neil and Sheamus.
But Titus O'Neil's suspended, and Sheamus is injured.
That's why it's been Alex Riley as of late. We have the indie news.
Yep.
That's what comes out on this day, the day you are watching, or maybe you're not watching it the day it comes out, but you're watching it at a later date. Just to let you know, this is the indie news. That's Travis Colt.
Yep.
I'm Kevin Hott.
Yep.
And we're going to tell you about these guys that aren't WWE, that aren't Lucha Underground, that the guys we don't cover on all the other episodes.
Yep.
But we do. Just saying. We post a lot of videos. We post like 4, 5, 6 videos a week. And this is the video where we talk about these guys, specifically the independent wrestlers.
Because there's a lot of them, and we kind of like put them all together because they've all got the same kind of goal.
Yeah.
Whereas as opposed to WWE, who gets all the media coverage and all of the
weekly television programming,
all that stuff. We have like one TV show on this particular video that we talk about, but we've got quite a few results this week.
Yeah. I'm going to start you off on Friday the 12th. We had AIW presents Don't Feed Us After Midnight.
Gremlins reference.
That was in Cleveland, Ohio. We started off with that 6-pack challenge or 6-way scramble.
Where everyone should have been afraid of Eddie Kingston.
And that's a good point because Britt Baker, Brian Carson, Joshua Singh, Frankie Flynn, and Space Monkey were all defeated by Eddie Kingston.
See? Yeah, you need to be afraid of Eddie Kingston.
And then we had Tim Dunst defeat Brian Myers. Heidi Lovelace successfully defended the AIW Women's Championship against Veda Scott. Jerry successfully defended the Intense Championship against Gregory Iron. Eddie Kingston replaced Alex Shelley and defeated Candice LeRae. Alex Daniels replaced Lewis Linden in a 4-way match where he defeated Cloudy, DJZ, and Facade. Team Hot Sauce Entertainment successfully defended the Tag Team Championships against the former champions Team 2 Infinity. Then we had Dick Justice, Colt Cabana, and Marion Fontaine defeat Tracy Smothers, Jock Sampson, and Brian Kaplan, who was Kaplan was replacing Bunkhouse Buck, who was supposed to be making an appearance. And then in the main event for the Absolute Championship, Ethan Page successfully defended against Josh Prohibition.
Yes. And if that if that particular result wasn't a taste of things to come, this is the best interpretation of cards subject to change this week.
Yeah.
Because if you go back to last week's Indie News, a lot of the matches we announced last week were changed due to cancellations and inability to get to the show.
Yeah, except for at PWG's Bowie, which was also on Friday the 12th.
Nobody's backing out of PWG.
Because we had Chuck Taylor defeat PWG's debut of Dalton Castle. Chris Hero defeated Trent Jack Evans, and what would be probably my biggest surprise victory of the weekend, defeated Sami Callihan.
Wow.
Adam Cole defeated Andrew Everett. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Trevor Lee. Speedball Mike Bailey defeated Evil Uno. And in the main event, Roderick Strong successfully defended the PWG Championship against Drew Galloway.
Nice.
And then I know that they're setting up for All-Star Weekend 12. And after the main event, Roderick Strong challenged Zack Sabre Jr. to a match at All-Star Weekend 12.
Ooh.
And we know that one of the nights also was announced that there's going to be a Chuck Taylor versus Trevor Lee.
Now, is this Black Chuck Taylor or
this is
Scoot Tatum?
Scoot Tatum,
the artist formerly known as
Chuck Taylor, who's still Chuck Taylor in PWG.
Okay. He just can't be Chuck Taylor in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Kind of.
It's a little on the confusing side, but we got it. All right. Then on Saturday the 13th, we had WSU's 9th anniversary show, also at the same show,
just
but a little bit later. was CZW's 17, that's representing their 17th anniversary.
17 years of combat zone wrestling. That is redonkulous.
Yeah, they're almost legal.
Wow, they can almost smoke.
A year from now, you'll be able to screw combat zone wrestling and not get arrested for it.
Oh God, no! Just move on with the results.
No.
Ah, horrible images. Move on. Move on. I'm picturing 7 right now. The knife strap on. That's CZ. That's you fucking CZW.
Oh, like a kildo.
Yeah, a kildo. Exactly. Yeah. Moving on.
All right, so we started with the WSU 9-year anniversary show. We had Jessica Havoc defeat LuFisto. After the match, she claimed that she will be going after the WSU Women's Championship in next month, I think. We had Sue Young defeat Samantha Heights. Brittany Blank defeated Penelope Ford. Leva Bates successfully defended the Spirit Championship against Henia. With Jordan Grace defeat Jenny Rose. The Fella Twins defeated Annie Social and Gabby Gilbert, who was replacing Kimberly.
That's why they lost.
Pretty much. That's
because Kimberly won.
My guess. And in the main event, which was the uncensored rules match, Solo Darling defeated Veda Scott after putting her through a table.
Wow. It's a good way to end that.
And then we had CZW 17. Masada defeated AR Fox. The Amazing Gulags defeated the Dub Boys. Joey Janela defeated Leo Rush in a 2 out of 3 falls match to regain the Wired Championship. In 6-man tag action, Scarlett and Graves defeated Sozio, Frankie Picard, and Connor Claxton. Frankie Picard replacing Bucks Belmar. Danny Havoc defeated Ricky Shane Page, making Danny Havoc the new #1 contender for whoever would win the main event. Team TV Ready defended the tag team championships against EYFBO successfully. They were supposed to go against Team Tremendous.
Right.
EYFBO replaced. Sammy Callahan defeated Speedball Mike Bailey. Kudos for them, making it from Reseda, California, all the way over to the New England side of the world to wrestle each other at CZW. And in the main event, in a ladder match, Matt Tremont successfully retained the CZW Championship against Devin Moore.
All right.
That's all I got. But he's got a little something special called Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And he's going to tell you what happened on Ring of Honor TV this week. And if you don't want to hear it, there's a number that's appearing on the screen.
Yep, it's right. It's right in the ring right now.
And you need to skip to that number if you don't want to have stuff spoiled.
Yeah. And you don't have any excuses now because ROH has already posted on their Facebook that they have time slots on Sinclair Broadcasting on Saturday night, Sunday morning, and on Wednesdays on Comment. So if you don't know that, this is your fault. We opened up with the final first round match in the Top Prospect Tournament. We had Leo Rush, the former CZW Wire champion.
Lose to Trip Cassidy.
Huh?
No.
No.
He didn't lose to Trip Cassidy.
I know you wanted Trip Cassidy, and no. He went against Jason Kincaid. This was a fantastic match. Jason Kincaid is an amazing technical wrestler. Leo Rush is athletic beyond all imagination. Just the combination of styles.
Well, that's crazy because my imagination is super athletic.
Yeah, it's way more athletic than your imagination. This was a fantastic match. They call Kincaid's style technical wizardry, and it makes sense because this guy can turn anything into whatever he wants it to. It's just, it's something you gotta watch. If you didn't see it, you gotta watch this Wednesday, or if you can find it online. Fantastic match. Kincaid went for a coast-to-coast, but Leo Rush actually ducked out of the ring. But Jason Kincaid still did the coast-to-coast and drop-kicked him through the ropes.
God damn.
A hell of a jump. Leo Rush did end up defeating Jason Kincaid with a running Spanish fly. So, a fantastic finish. Leo Rush now moves on to the second round where he will face Punisher Martinez, and we also have Brian Fury taking on Leo St. Giovanni. So those will be in the next couple weeks. Then we had an interesting tag team match. We know that Prince Nana has been giving the envelopes full of money to different people over the last couple of weeks. So with the notes that he's been leaving in these envelopes, he actually got former rivals Caprice Coleman and Will Ferrara to team up to take on Silas Young and the Beer City Bruiser. They were a little tentative as being a tag team at first, but Silas Young and Beer City Bruiser have a way of bringing people together because they're kind of dicks. And they were about to win.
Nothing brings people together like a couple of dicks.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. The Beer City Bruiser and Silas Young were about to win, but a distraction caused by the boys. Beer City Bruiser would actually go out to try and attack the boys. He would get dove on by Will Ferrara, and Silas Young ends up getting hit with the Sky Splitter by Caprice Coleman. The Prince Nana team ends up picking up the win. There were nods in commentary talking about how now that Donovan Dijak is no longer with the House of Truth, is there a chance that we'll see him teaming up with these guys? Is Nana trying to form his own stable? Not sure what's going on, but it was still a fantastic match. It's Prince Nana's causing some interesting things to happen in Ring of Honor. Then we had BJ Whitmer come out because we heard last week Steve Corino said there's a man who wants to get his hands on BJ Whitmer. So Whitmer's like, okay, I heard what you said last week when you called in. I need to know who it is. Come on out. I know it's you. Steve Corino did end up coming out, was up on top of the stage, and said, you know what, I do want to get my hands on you. I do want to fight you, BJ, but I can't right now. It's not going to happen today, and it probably won't happen tomorrow, but one day you and I will have a fight. But I recently had someone come up to me and say that they wanted to get their hands on you. And I've learned over the course of my career that you need to always have eyes in the back of your head. At which point, BJ Whitmer's decade partner, Adam Page, would actually whirl BJ around and say, hey, you need to look at me because I'm telling you right now, I'm about to put this microphone down and punch you in the face.
And that's a threat.
And he did just that.
Which he made good on.
They ended up going to blows. They had to be pulled apart. BJ was punching security guards and referees to get at Adam Page. It was just a chaotic situation. And it left me wondering, is this a ploy by BJ and Adam Page to kind of make Steve Corino think that, okay, now I've kind of got BJ Whitmer where I want him? Or is Adam Page actually kind of fed up with BJ Whitmer's crap? Because BJ's been kind of babying Colby Corino, and Adam Page, who was originally his protege in the decade, has kind of been pushed by the wayside. So, not really sure where that's heading, but it is a very interesting storyline. And we'll see where that goes heading into the 14th anniversary, which is just about a couple weeks away. We had a quick match between Mark Briscoe and Tim Hughes. This is the psycho guy that came in and tried to help Brutal Bob kill Cheeseburger. This guy puts a lot of intensity in his moves. He held Mark Briscoe in sidewalk slam position for about 20 seconds and just screamed the whole time and then dropped Mark Briscoe. But it didn't seem like he was doing any damage to Mark Briscoe. Because Mark Briscoe would just like get hit with a move and sit there and go, what? Like, I don't know if this guy just can't hit or what the deal was, but he ended up losing to a Fisherman Buster and a Froggy Bow from Mark Briscoe. Go figure. Yeah, that guy's interesting. He's a tough Tim Hughes, but apparently can't throw very much of a punch. But then, in our main event, we had ACH and Matt Sydal take on the Young Bucks. Started off hard and heavy in this match. We had Matt Jackson actually getting in Matt Sydal's face with the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title. That ended up getting shoved out of his hand to the floor. There was punches exchanged.
Definitely Sydal would think that had it not been for some less than fair tactics, that he should be half of the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team champions.
Him and Ricochet. And it started off from there, and this was just the best aerial display you could possibly get in Ring of Honor. You've got the four of the most athletically gifted guys on the roster right now going at it. Just fantastic. It was absolutely impossible. Usually I try to write down spots that I really like, but there were so many back to back to back that I couldn't actually write them down fast enough and pay attention to the match at the same time. So once again, if you didn't see it, check it out on comment this week because it was a fantastic match. But ACH and Matt Sydal would end up picking up the win. ACH got a double super kick that knocked him out, and so it was a double team on Matt Sydal for the better part of a minute or two, and they were setting up for more bang for your buck. Matt ends up hitting the rolling senton, but when Nick goes for the 450, he ends up getting knees to the gut from Matt Sydal, which knocks him out of the ring. Then, when Matt Jackson goes for the moonsault, he ends up getting Sydal's feet in his face. That causes him to stumble backwards towards the other corner, at which point ACH has climbed to the top, double stomp to the back of Matt Jackson's head. Sydal runs across the ring, heads to the top, hits the shooting star press, and him and ACH pick up the win in the tag team main event. And I'm not going to give you the full card this week, but I will say that those two teams will have partners in a 6-man tag team match at the 14-year anniversary. ACH and Matt Sydal will team with Kushida, and the Young Bucks will team with the new IWGP Intercontinental Champion, Kenny Omega.
Woo!
So that will be a fantastic match. I'll have a full card for you in our upcoming shows next week for the 14th anniversary, but not this week. That is it for Ring of Honor. That is it for results. We have no news whatsoever, so we're going to move on to our one result.
Breaking news.
The what?
Titus O'Neil is still suspended.
This isn't WWE. Fuck it. Go on to results. What do you got for us, Kevin?
Results? Okay. We had AIWs. Don't beat us after
Just kidding.
midnight.
Going on to upcoming shows. The one upcoming show we have. What do we got?
The upcoming show I'm going to tell y'all about is going to be on Friday the 19th in Marinette Park, Illinois. It's AAW's Art of War. There's a couple matches already announced. I'm sure there's going to be more than these at the show.
We've got, what, 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah,
there's 5 matches.
There's definitely going to be more than 5 matches.
More than 5. And 3 of them were tag matches. 2 of them were singles matches.
All right.
As far as tags are concerned, we're going to have Zero Gravity taking on Davey Vega and Matt Fidget. We're going to have the team of Chris Hero and Drew Gulak take on Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. And we're going to have a tag team Monsters Ball match where Russ Jones and Ryan Boz, accompanied by Gregory Iron, representing the Iron Curtain, they're going to take on Congo Kong and Abyss.
That's a big-ass tag team.
We're going to have AR Fox and Matt Cage wrestling over the Heritage Championship. And also, Eddie Kingston will be defending the AAW Championship against Sami Callihan.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm into that.
And that's it. That's what I got.
That's what we got.
That's the announced matches that I was able to find.
We will have more results next week.
We're going to have results to that, plus any other matches that happen. And maybe if another cool show piques my interest.
Well, you'll find out next week.
And at least we'll have more Ring of Honor results.
Yes, and an upcoming show. It's not often that I have upcoming Ring of Honor shows.
Yeah, next week we'll have an upcoming Chikara event.
Oh, shoot. All kinds of stuff happening.
Yeah.
That's it for this week. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, especially comment because we want to know if there's any indie promotions that you want to hear about on a regular basis. Are they local to you? Are they bigger ones like Pro Wrestling Syndicate or St. Louis Anarchy or Revolution Pro? Whatever you want us to talk about, send us links, YouTubes, Facebook, Twitters, anything where we can find news on upcoming shows, check out matches so we can have an idea of what we are talking about. Post them down in the comments. Other ways you can post them are the links to all of our social medias down in the description.
Yeah, you
Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit, emails. You can comment on the podcast if you're listening to it.
If you email them, give us why specifically why you want us to talk about these people. What you think makes them stand out from everybody else.
Yeah, we will mention you by name say, this is a submission from so-and-so, they want us to talk about this because tell us
Certain
why.
reason.
And for the ones that we do talk about, check out the links at the top of the description. For all the guys that we usually talk about, like CZ Wrestling.
.com? Is there .com at the end of that?
Nope, just CZ Wrestling. Yes, CZWrestling.com.
How about ChicagoPro.com?
ROHWrestling.com.
LukeMondoFans.com.
And
More. There's more after that.
yeah, there's lots more.
Yeah.
Like we said, if there's ones that you want us to talk about on a regular basis, we will add them to the list down there.
Yeah.
Finally, you got to check out that playlist because we've had an interesting week.
Yeah.
We had Raw review where we saw the unfortunate ending of the career of Daniel Bryan. SmackDown where we were live.
Way to bring the vibe down.
I know. SmackDown rundown. You get to hear about the dark match that was at SmackDown, plus the live reaction from us to the matches from this week's SmackDown. A very interesting midweek wrap up where we had to pool resources with a couple of different hosts to really get all the information from this week's midweek, and it didn't come out till Saturday. So it was
crazy.
It was a very difficult one, but we got it together. Some slight distractions, but there is a midweek wrap up.
Did you mention Thomas's top 5?
I was just about to get there.
Well, there's Thomas's top 5.
Yeah.
Where I'm still in your thunder.
You son of a bitch. Give me my lightning back.
I already did.
Oh. Yeah,
Gotta watch the top 5 for that.
Yeah. Check it out. Thomas's top 5 for the month of January. Talking about all them spectacular things that happened at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And then finally, there's this indie news if you want to rewatch it. Or if you've already watched it, pass it on to your friends. Let people know that we're here. Let other people comment about
Click pass.
Yeah, let other people comment what they want us to talk about here on Indie News. Comment on any of the videos, what you think about the shows, what you think about upcoming stuff. Check out all of our social medias. Like us, enjoy us, share us. And
We
we'll
want to
see
be
you
your friends in real life.
at whatever video you decide to watch next.